Hi, it's TK with Black Equity Talk. And here we discuss topics related to the health and wealth of the Black community. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I am joined by Lena Caldwell Wilson, who is the owner and founder of Rebellious Beauty, a direct sales, vegan, and organic bath and body company. Lena, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, my name is Lena Wilson, and I am the owner of Rebellious Beauty, LLC. We are a organic and vegan skincare company based right here in Cleveland, Ohio. We sell, again, organic and vegan skincare, but we turned our company into direct sales. So we offer residual income for all.
So direct sales, when I heard direct sales, I'm thinking, Avon, Mary Kay, even Candy Coated has, direct sales. And this is not like a new business model. I even Madam CJ Walker, which is like one of my favorite people in the world or industry. Yeah, she had direct business. So, can you tell us about what that is and why you decided to have or create Rebellious Beauty as a direct sales business?
Okay, well, like you said, just like most of the direct sales companies, first of all, they're not a lot of Black owned, and they're not a lot of women owned direct sales company. You'll be surprised how many of the companies that are aimed for women are actually owned by men. So there's not a lot of women owned direct sales companies out here. How we got started with our company was we did a lot of traveling. And the first thing I would get is, how can I work for you? Where it's like, I'm not even from here. How can you work for me? So my husband came up with this idea like, yeah, why don't you, do that whole sell, Avon lady thing. And it came to me like, well, how would I start that? Why would I, how would I do that? But it made sense. It made sense for someone to be in a region that I can't possibly reach to get our products to that side of the world. So that's kind of how we got started. Direct sales work just basically like all the rest of them do. Your regular store is basically direct sale. Your grocery store carries other brands. So a direct sales company is basically the same thing. You carrying the brand of another company, but you're making the profit off of that brand. So it was one of those things where, you know what? Why not? Let's try it. And it has been successful for the past 3 years.
Wow. And how many cities are you in?
Right now we are carrying about 30 sales reps in about maybe 5 different cities.
Happen to be in Florida by any chance?
We do not have a sales rep in Florida. We love one in Florida. We currently have sales reps in Chicago, of course, Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati. We have one in Virginia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore. We have a sales rep in Pennsylvania. She's a little bit outside of Philadelphia. And we have a sales rep in Detroit.
Wow, awesome. So what are your most popular products? What do people want when they hear about Rebellious Beauty?
Our product, our most famous product, is our Black Silk Whipped Shea Body Butter. When you see a lot of products and they say that they're like a shea butter lotion or a shea butter cream, it may contain about 10% of shea butter. Our product is 90% shea based. So the other products is the other 10% versus, hey, we got 10% shea and 90% of whatever else that keeps it, alive on the shelf. So we don't put anything harmful in our products at all. So our Black Silk shea body butter, specifically our berry orange vanilla, is like the killer. It flies off the shelf.
That sounds delicious.
It smells delicious, I'm telling you.
So, sorry. And your products are made with organic ingredients and vegan ingredients?
They are basically almost kitchen based. Like, of course, we don't promote that you eat it, but if it fell in your mouth, it wouldn't kill you. So most of our products contain things like coconut oil, grapeseed oil, rice bran oil, things like that, sea salt with our scrubs, and Castile soap and things like that. So nothing that we have is harmful. Our product is not meant to stay. And I say that a lot. People are like, oh, well, what's the shelf life? It's not meant to have a shelf life. It's meant for you to use it and for you to use it up. So we don't put preservatives or anything in our product because, first of all, it doesn't last that long because you're going to use it and you're going to use it frequently.
Oh, wow. So having quality ingredients is something that really makes your company stand out. Why was that important for you to choose those ingredients?
I used to be a person who shopped in Lush and Bath and Body Works and things like that. And I could tell when it changed. Not saying that they always had great ingredients, but it became more alcohol and more fragrance versus um, the lotion actually hydrates and moisturizes. I grew up with a Southern grandmother who we never went to the store. Everything was kitchen based. You know, you wanted your hair to grow, you put grease on it from the stove. You wanted your skin to be good, you pick aloe out the garden, you know,
Mhm.
things like that. So I just wanted to get back to that, to natural skincare. Let's do what we did growing up to get our skin naturally glowing and not chemically glowing, you know?
Yes, yes. 'Cause I believe glycerin is one of those products that it makes your skin look good, but if you stop using it, it just
Right.
has reverse. So having those natural ingredients probably just keeps your skin, it doesn't revert, basically.
Exactly. And it's going to help you in the aging process. It's not going to take you down and say, oh man, she probably wore a lot of makeup. Is whatever she has on is keeping that skin, even at her age,
Mm.
still, you know, tight and glowing and beautiful. So that's why we definitely believe in all natural products. You know, if you can, if you look at a product and you A, can't pronounce it, and B, can't eat it, it's probably not good for you. You know, I tell people those bath bombs are pretty and colorful, but if you have to use Ajax to get it out your tub, it probably shouldn't be.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna have to get some stuff out of my bathroom.
And hey, I'm guilty of it too. I was a person like, hey, if I got to scrub this off the side of the tub, or it's even a, you know, a little hue of glow in my tub, I probably should have this on my skin. So yeah, you know, if those products, they look and they smell great, but if you really sit and read the size, it is some horrible stuff in this, you know, in these products that are coming out. And the worst of it is the preservative to keep it on the shelf 2, 3, 4, 8 years, and it's really bad. So if someone gets a product of mine to say, hey, you know, it started to separate, well, you know what, it should, because it has nothing in there to keep it together unnaturally. Your fruit goes bad, your milk goes bad, things go bad. That is a natural product. Things are supposed to go bad, but you're not supposed to have it that long.
Right, right, right. And we're just used to doing that, buying things in bulk and just keeping them there and just
Exactly.
not using them. And I always feel like, these types of things like baths and fragrant things make me feel nice. So why wouldn't I use it every day? I don't want to
Right.
buy it and just leave it on the shelf and not use it. So
Right. Because if you get maybe per se like a cold press, if you've ever been to the store or natural like Whole Foods and you got a cold pressed juice, it'll tell you, hey, you got 3 days to drink this up or it's going. And
yeah.
that's how it should be. It shouldn't be like juicy fruit that's been sitting not even in the refrigerator and it's been there for 2 weeks. It's probably not good.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So talk about your products. You have products for men and women, correct?
Yes. Yes, we have a Rebellious Beauty line, which is directed towards our ladies, of course. And it consists of our shea butters, our face scrubs, our body scrubs. We have massage oil. We have an amazing massage oil candle that we have. You know, instead of it turning into candle wax, it turns into massage oil after you light the candle. We have a full men's line called Sire that we dropped in Chicago Father's Day weekend. I think it was about 2 years ago, and went absolutely insane. Everything sold out. It was great because men need products too. And the one thing they don't want to do is shop. So we have a facial scrub for men, especially if you have a bearded man who shaves and they get hair bumps. We have a facial scrub that is charcoal based called Bump Mud, and it is like killer. It has no fragrance. It's very ugly. It's black and muddy looking, but it works miracles. And we actually sell a lot of that to our ladies too. But we offer a shea butter for our guys, body spray, shower gel, face scrub, total package. Guys love it. A lot of them say, "Hey, I put the shea butter on. Don't even need cologne." Like all around package.
Wow. That's great. So the products that could be used for, like if you're shaving, like a woman, like any area of her body that she shaves, she should be able to use that product because it's totally
Absolutely.
natural.
Hair to toe. I tell people our products are from hair to toe.
All right. So as you mentioned, you have reps in 5 different cities. What would make someone want to be a rep for Rebellious Beauty over some of your competitors?
Well, we are fighting them, but we are coming because I feel like right now Rebellious Beauty is a new company. There are a lot of people out here that like to start with ground companies, and if they are those people that help build, when we get big, we can say, hey, I helped grow that business, and that's very humbling for me. So right now, with us being a woman owned and Black woman owned, and just natural, organic, and vegan, which those companies don't exist, a lot of people are interested in this new company, especially when it comes to vending and things like that. It's not an oversaturated market with us. Like, you're guaranteed to get in. Our reps make, because right now we are new and people are so interested, our reps are making up to 50% sales commission. So they are out here like killing it right now.
Wow. And I noticed that was one thing that I saw that really drew me in was your startup cost. If someone wanted to be a rep for you, there's different packages they can buy into, correct? So there's
our package is $25. Our most expensive one is $120, which comes with a lot of doodads, but you could totally take the $25 one and totally get started.
Yeah, and that's affordable for a lot of people. So
yeah, and what's a $25 investment? Like, you spend more on burgers for you.
Exactly. So there's one thing that I ask of every person that's on my show, and that is, what is your favorite wealth building activity?
Wealth building activity?
Yes.
What is my favorite wealth building activity? Well, vending. I love vending. I have made a lot of wealth off of vending. It was something that us here in Cleveland were not privy to. I tell people Cleveland is a fake big city because we are behind on so many things. And vending was one of them. So when 5 years ago, when I got on the scene, actually helping my niece, she did an event, invited me down, and I'm looking in this room like, so you mean to tell me people literally put tables up and sell their product? Like, how does this work? Like, I was so interested. And I came home and I told my husband, I said, there may be something to this, So of course I signed up. And the first show we did here in Cleveland, we made about $200. And I could have made $1 and I would have been interested, like, oh, we made $1. So that turned into, hey, I wonder, do they do these somewhere else? Because again, Cleveland is slow. So our vending shows were very far in between. I told my husband, I don't know. But I got on Facebook because I'm one of the people who actually use Facebook for good and not evil, and did some research and found this whole vending world, like literally vending world. Signed up for some of the groups, and our first out of town show was in Chicago. We literally packed everything up and went to Chicago and sold out, and I have been hooked ever since.
Wow. So when you say vending, it's like a trade show, or can you explain exactly what that is?
So vending, you can go set up at trade shows, conventions, expos, events, things like that. There are people who literally make a living with planning these events. And I've done a few even myself now that I'm on the other end of it. But when I first started, I belong to a lot of groups in different cities who post, we're going to be at the fairground, or we're going to be at this hotel, or we're going to be at the convention center. You pay for a space, your table space, which can range as low as $20 or as high as a couple thousand, depending on where you're going. When I first started, the shows I would find, now today they actually find me, and I turn down more than I say yes to, because I'm usually going in a different direction. But they're very profitable. It's a really good way to market. It's how I got most of my reps, because they not only see the product, but they've seen me sell it and they've seen it sell. So they know it's a good product. So we got on that trail 5 years ago. Like I said, we did one show here in Cleveland. Next thing you know, I went to Chicago. I pretty much haven't been home since. We've hit every major city in the East, from New York to Jersey to Philly to DC to Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, all of Ohio, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, you name it, we've been there. I got about a 12-hour window of driving to the Carolinas. And in 2019, we made 30K simply vending.
Wow. And I did see that on your Facebook page, 30K in 1 year, just vending your product.
On the road, just gone on the road, doing some really wonderful events. I've met some really good people on the road. We make a killing. We have a huge clientele in New York City. We've been there. We pretty much dedicate the month of May to New York City. We're there every there's so many wonderful women's shows, hair shows, expos, things of that nature. There's a wonderful event in New York called the Hewitt Fair. There's a event, and these events travel to different cities, and we're usually there right with them. So like the Sisters in Business Expo, I believe they go to Atlanta and Philly and DC and Jersey. We've been to 3 of the 4 shows. Like, we literally hit the trail, and when people are used to seeing you on that trail, you just kind of become a hit, and that's kind of how we took off.
And they are looking for you at that point.
Yes, they're like DMing us, like, are you guys gonna be? And like I said, we used to find them, and then I would get emails saying, hey, I heard that you like to travel, your product's great, would you come to our show? So now it's become a lot of that.
Wow. So is it just you there, or do you have, do your reps also go and attend and have a table there too?
If I am, I always offer things to my representatives first, because again, I'm a ground business, and I still tell people where I own the company, I'm still the ultimate rep. I'm the first rep. So I'm, just like them. It's like, you guys don't think I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. I'm right out here on the road with you. If I'm doing a show, a big expo in their town, yes, I will invite them to come work the tables with us. If it's a big show, and some of the ladies are used to or are willing to come to that city, then yes, they're invited to come. I actually have a staff of people that I travel with, which is really my husband, my nephew, and my sister. They're my staff, and we travel. A lot of times it's just me and my husband, and he sets up the table. He's gotten really good with that. He sets up the table, he breaks everything down, and I'm the salesperson, and that's just kind of how we work. We usually have our schedule for the upcoming year done the previous year. So I can tell you by December of the previous year where I'll be probably for the next 6 months.
Wow, that's awesome. So with COVID and everything going on right now, are you like relying on online sales, or can people order online, or do they need to go through and find a consultant?
You can find a consultant, but you can actually go through the main website and order. COVID has been a curse and a blessing. The good part of this has been, because we put the work in prior, we couldn't get to the cities. They literally boosted our online sales like 110%. They were like, we were looking forward to seeing you, but we're definitely still going to support. I still need my stuff, so I'm definitely ordering. Our reps have the ones that have built their clientele and their following have had consistent online sales, and that's been awesome. I was able to I ran a special back last year for free sign up. You could join our team for free, and we picked up a couple of ladies that just went off and running, like literally, and they've been doing pretty good. So now that the world is opening up just a little bit, people are trying to get back into the swing of getting back into the vending and things like that. Even myself, I'm still trying to get there, but not so much the virus, it's the crowds. If you're used to seeing 5,000 people, it's like, I want to see the whole 5, so I'm willing to sit down a year or two and let this pan out before I get back on the road. But I am very anxious to get back on the road. I tell you, this has been an interesting year. I don't think I've been home this much in a long time.
You are not alone in that. I know a lot of us are struggling, just
Man,
trying to make it, but I feel like I see the end of the road, hopefully we'll cross.
yeah, the light, right? And like we can
Yeah,
see the door and we're almost there. So I'm hoping we
right.
can go open this door and close. You know, I know everybody, we wanted to throw 2020 away, but I'm like, shoot, I want to throw part of 2021 away too. Like it's becoming 2020 Junior and it's like too much. So I'm just hoping that everybody, you know, can get back to normal and we can get the sales back up. You know, it was a little bit of a drop, but like I said, for as many people as I saw that had to close their doors or, you know, they just didn't have it where their base was big enough to keep them afloat over the last year. I was very blessed that, you know, my reps were able to still maintain, still place their orders, still have their customer base, and me myself still have a customer base to survive through this year so far. So yeah, knock on wood. Thank God for that.
Yeah, and that really just goes to show that your product has to be something that people really want. And that's probably one of the keys to your success, is just having a product that people want. But do you have any other secrets that you can share with us? Like, how did you build this company that's been so successful?
Oh man, so it's funny. It started 5 years ago when I was on maternity leave with my last child. And I still work full time. I'm a 16-year civilian vet with the federal government. And I've been through a few furloughs. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to be on maternity leave for the next 6 months. Something has to shake. And at the time, I was actually running a event planning company. And it was doing pretty good. It was doing okay. But I'm like, you know, when I got into the vending scene, it's like, how do you sell a service at a vending event? You know? And I started kind of putting some little baskets together. And I'm like, I don't even wear this crap. This doesn't even make sense. Why am I doing that? And it becomes pricey. So a cousin of mine actually gave me a bag of shea butter, just regular, clumpy, hard shea butter. And it smelled awful. And I threw it in a closet and I never went back to it. And then one day, you know, as I was doing these baskets, I think I was either scrolling Instagram or something like that. And I saw like whipped shea butter. And I'm like, how did they get it like that? Because what I have is a rock. This is terrible. How did you get it to be that? YouTube is your friend. Went and did some research, played with it. I actually took I think it was a pound of shea butter, broke it off into 2-ounce intervals and just tried something. I added this and that, messed up a lot of it, and finally came up with something that I was like, this may work. So that's kind of how it inadvertently got started. I had basically 6 months to put it together. So while I recovered from my last child, who was over 9 pounds, from an emergency, while I sat at my computer and breastfed my son, I came up with the company. And that's kind of how Rebellious Beauty was born. Me having to figure out something, because if you work for the government, honey, we run off of liquor store hours. You don't know what's happening. From administration to administration, it can change drastically. You know, I've literally gone to bed employed and woke up unemployed and went back to sleep and was employed again. Like that type of changes in the middle of the night, like craziness. You know, I've woke up to going to work and our badges don't work because we're on furlough, you know, so it's crazy. But it was like, you know, I think that's it for me. we got to make something else shake. Now I haven't left yet, but you know what, when it comes up about furloughs and things, I'm probably the only one not worried, because it's like, honey, I can get in the street, make all this money, you know. So that was kind of how it was born. It was our 7th and final child, and we were just like, you know, something has to shake, and it did. And I stopped party planning. I tried to hold on to it, but it's like, if we're going to be traveling, that's not going to work. And I made the product. I started giving it to people at work just to kind of try it out. And they were like, you know, you ever thought about selling this? And I'm like, you know, I'll just give it to y'all to see how you like it. It started out in a mason jar. We rebranded maybe about 3 times to get it cost efficient. And it's just been trial and error the whole time. And I can say, for a business that started 5 years, we haven't taken a significant loss. And that's the blessing, because most businesses run under a loss, for the first 5 years. So that's been a blessing.
Yeah, you're so right about that. A lot of people aren't able to even make a profit at all. And just for you to be able to take it from nothing to something is amazing. And I like what you said, like you had a service and you realized that it wasn't as profitable. So you kind of switched gears. You weren't afraid to let something go that wasn't working and
Right.
switch gears and go to another direction. And
Right. And
yeah.
it was hard because I really tried to save it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, it's not gonna work. We gotta change direction on this. And we've prided ourselves on not asking for much. And that's a lot of things. That's one way that a lot of businesses get caught up, is spending money. Because what I tell you is, when you broke, you learn to be a lot of things. Being broke has taught me how to be a web designer, a CPA, a marketing coach, branding. I have been a lot of things over the past 5 years. Anything where we didn't have to give out any extra money. Okay. So that has helped us a lot, where we've cut out so much overhead and learned so much on this journey, which led to my other business now in teaching people how to build business credit and how to vend, how to be a successful vendor and things like that. So Rebellious Beauty led me for all the things that I learned over the last 5 years. And more importantly, no one was there to help me. Like, there was no starter for this, no starter kit, no book, no ebook. There was nothing to this. So if I could be a blessing to somebody else, that's good for me too. So I try to share as much as I can, because I didn't have that in the beginning.
What was the name of the company that you just started?
So the one that I just started maybe about a year ago is called Business Beauty Rebel 216. And with that company, like I said, I teach people how to build their business credit. There are so many people out here that are still using their personal SSN for items pertaining to their business. I just did something within my group where I was trying to explain to people that if you used your social to start a bank account for your business, it's not for your business. It's literally for you. It has to be started with your EIN. I show people that that EIN is so important to your business. I just purchased a commercial vehicle for my business with my EIN through my business. So the objective of it is for you to never use your name again if you can help it, to build that business credit. I see a lot of things while I'm vending, which I try to show people how to be a successful vendor. You'll be surprised how many people get to a vendor show, will sit at their table and never speak to anyone. Like, it's not a privilege for you to be here. You got to sell your product. If you're not exhausted after a vendor show, you have not done your job. Okay. So, and if you have items left, you ain't done your job, in my opinion, because when I leave, I leave with empty totes. So,
and you don't want to have to carry that back home anyway. Hey,
carry this, let's get it off this table. But I try to teach people how to set up their tables, how to make them look nice with a limited amount of money. People think, you got to go broke to make your table look great. Like, if you got a local thrift store, you'd be surprised at the gems you could find in there, so don't be afraid of that. So I teach people how to do that. I have a couple of ebooks on how to basically start a beauty brand. So that one business led to the other.
Yes. So intellectual property is something that you have been able to make a commodity for yourself and produce and resell it and rebrand yourself. So that's really great. That's I think someone else on the show, on another show, talked about that. So that's really the way things are just coming together for me right now. It's just, I love it. So thank you so much.
All the time, your knowledge has a price tag. It's time for us to stop selling grandma's pie secrets for free. We're not here for that. So it's like, no, this is a heirloom, and we don't, the game is to be sold, not told. Like, if you know what you're doing, it should be in an ebook, literally, because you'll be surprised at who doesn't know, So I tell people all the time, your knowledge is valuable. It's fine to definitely help people, and I give out free information, but your knowledge should have a price tag. It should have a price tag, and it's time for us to stop giving away our knowledge for free, because they'll charge us in a minute, in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll do one better. They'll charge us for our stuff. Like, hey, you stole that from me, it's mine. And try to sell it back to me. So it's time for us to get in the game. It's really time for women to get into the game, because we have been behind. And I have a women's group on Facebook where I tell people I teach business in real life. I'm not popular and I'm not the clique and I ain't got a billion followers. I can teach you how to get what I got the way I got it. Sometimes people are going to say no. There's a road to this success. It's not going to be what you see glitzy and glammy online. Don't be distracted by the sparkles, because everybody ain't what they post to be, so stay on your track. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go live in my group, like this background right here, honey, this is good, because usually you'll see my kids. And one time I went live, what was it, yesterday, and I was in my kitchen. I said, yeah, sorry y'all, my live ain't really that cute, but what you do see is chips, and I think it was like Crown Royal. Like, this is my life right now. Chips and Crown Royal. Okay, so I tell people I do stuff in real life. This is all I got. This is all I can tell you. I don't, I'm a mother. My kids range from 24 to 5, and I got a grandson. It's a lot going on over here, so I don't have peace and quiet. I don't have the luxury of how these people get dressed up and I'm gonna go live and my background is sparkly. Honey, I can 2 minutes. Okay, we pushing it. Like right now, we pushing it. My kids is probably somewhere blowing up trying to make noise. Okay. So, I tell people I teach everything in real life. This is my real life. We may go through I did a business credit class within my group. My kids ran through there 5-6 times. Okay, it happens. That's my life. Yeah. So I want people to put their trust in me, because my life reflects like theirs. Like, hey, it's not what you see on IG. I can only be me in real life. So I really pride myself on telling people it's your time. It's time is now. Stop procrastinating. And I post this a lot in my group. You want to know why your business is not successful? It's you. It's nobody else, because only you can change the narrative. I have so many people who say, I'm afraid. I'm like, afraid of what? Success? You're afraid of success? How does this work? But there are a lot of women afraid for various reasons that I can't understand, because I feel like anything bad I've gone through, it's nowhere but up from here. So I try to inspire people to get out of their own way and get ahead. Just do it. Don't think about it, because you can talk yourself out of anything. Us as women, we create the story. It's outrageous, and then you won't do it. Right. So, I try to post to be real, because I don't want you to think, oh, I can't ask her a question. She's beyond talking to. No, yes, I am. You can definitely reach out to me and ask me a question, if you have a problem. So where, you're sending someone else a DM or something, they ain't even answer you. Like, I'm definitely not like that. So I think a lot of people have appreciated that. A lot of people have reached out to me and say, I may not post much, but I definitely listen to what you're saying, and this is where I am. I've gotten a little further. I've stepped out of my box and did this, or I'm now able to do this because you told me to stop acting crazy and just do it. So I appreciate that, and that's very humbling.
Yeah, definitely. I love that you are that relatable, and you're not, so into just making everything, even though everything is professional, your website is beautiful,
Thank you.
But you did it yourself, right?
I did. I told you, when you broke, girl, you become a lot of things.
Well, you mastered that, so that it looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us your website, your social media, anything you want us to know. How can we find you?
Well, our website is rebelliousbeautyllc.com. One word. Our Instagram for Rebellious Beauty is @1rebellious_beauty, and just Rebellious Beauty LLC on Facebook. And then our Business Beauty Rebel page should be just Business Beauty Rebel 216 on Instagram, same on Facebook. And the website is businessbeautyrebel@squaresite.com. Or I'm sorry, businessbeautyrebel216.squaresite.com. There you go. That was a lot.
I'm going to have all of that in the description box and on the bottom of this video. So I'm definitely going to look for your Facebook page, because I just love the way that you can just be real and just tell us, what we need to know to kick our butts in gear, basically.
I try. The couple of the ladies that know me, call me mother, because they say here, you know, when I come to the vending show, they be like, "Mother's here, your show can start." I'll be like, "Damn, y'all," because you know it's been a hard night, whatever it is. I have these wonderful ideas when I come in town, like, yeah, I'm gonna come in town and get some work done and go live. Child, I'll be asleep. Don't even. And then they say, "Why you don't take no pictures?" Child, did I just say I just got here and I'm tired? Okay. I'm definitely, I'm getting better. Everybody says I need to be a little more, you know, glamorous. I said, I guess so. It's like, you know, I'm a mom. Like I said, my oldest is 24, my youngest is 5. For the past year, I have ran a business, homeschooled my kids, and worked full time, all at the same time. Okay. Wow. On top of being a wife and, you know, doing all the 400 other things that I do. And people say, where do you find time? I still don't know where I find time to do any of it. So glamorous? No. I got 5 pair of black yoga pants and a shirt. This little thing right here that I wear. Okay. This is about as glamorous as you about to get. That's all I have time to put out. Okay. Before my kids go bananas, and I'm sure I got something to do. I literally work 6:30 to 3. My kids are in school from 9 to 4. I have to make dinner. I have to place orders. I have to fulfill things. I have to go into my group. I have to send out emails. And somewhere, maybe around 10 p.m., I might even get to go to sleep. But honey, that's stretching it. Okay.
Wow, I'm tired just listening to all of that, but that's what you need to be successful. Like, and you know, you proved that just working hard and doing all the things that you've done, like it's really a formula to it. Like, I'm sure you have support from your husband, but you have to keep.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. He finds me coffee because it keeps me sane. Travels with me and he drives and he, you know, he does legwork because he says when it's showtime, it's go time, and I turn into a whole other person when I'm vending. And like I said, after the show and the adrenaline comes down, I'm totally exhausted, but all the product is gone and we've made a crap load of money and now we can go home.
And that's how you want to go home, with your pockets full, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want other people to know that, you know, there's an avenue out here for you. Don't think your ideas are silly. Don't think your creations are silly, and just do it. You know, you'll be surprised what you see people selling. Like literally you'll be surprised. I've been on the road for 5 years and I still run into a show where I run into a table and go, really? People buy this, right? It's a thing. So
there's a niche market, huh? For some of your product.
Don't think your ideas are silly. Don't think, pursue them. You know, that's the best you can do, is at least pursue them instead of sitting back, not pursuing them. And then somebody else does and you go, I had that idea, you know? Yeah. So I just try to get out of their way, you know, stop thinking about it. You're never going to learn unless you start. You don't know what's going to go wrong until it goes wrong. I don't look at mess ups as mess ups, but lessons, you know? And I tell people, when you start this business and you fail, because you are going to fail, because it just happens that way. Now you know what to do when you come back. You know, you have to fail to be successful. And I believe in it. You have to know what you've done wrong so you can do it right next time. And you can come back and say, hey, tried that last time. Not going to do that this time. Yeah. You know, I have a lot of mess ups around this success. Okay. I have a lot of reminders of, I remember I tried to make that and tore that all the way up. But now I know I can't do that. And that's what I tell people. Don't be afraid of the failure. It's coming and it's okay. That's just a lesson for you to know, hey, don't go that route. Let's just go this route.
Yeah, that just reminded me of something you said earlier when you said you made the products and you gave them to your coworkers. So that's kind of like basically market research. Like you're seeing what's working now. You're seeing what people like. And that's really a smart thing. A lot of people miss that part. They're making products and don't know if anybody even wants it. So,
and not just, we get caught up in the bubble of, yes, I am a Black woman owned business, but I've had people say, well, you only service Black women. Well, no, I service skin. I don't care what color the skin is. I service skin. You know, I've had Caucasian women come to me and say, I wasn't sure about your product because your catalogs had a Black woman. I say, you sell Avon and your catalog has a Black woman. What's the difference?
Yeah.
And it literally didn't click into that moment. I said, really? So
right.
It's like, I service skin, you know, there's a lot of different, I also have catalogs for my company that I created. And they've had a multi of different women, ethnic women on the front. So it's like we service skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't matter what color it is. It doesn't even matter if it's male or female. We service skin as a whole, and skin needs to be taken care of. Period.
Right. It's your largest organ, so you got to take care of it.
Absolutely. So no, we're definitely not a targeted company like, oh, we only do stuff for Black women. No, we do stuff for Black men, white men, Chinese men, Mexican men, women, children, it all. We service skin as a whole.
Yes, I love it. Wow, thank you so much. You have really dropped so many jewels today.
Thank you. I try.
Yes, this has been such a great episode. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming. And we definitely want to follow you on all your social media and buy your products and everything, and hopefully get someone here in Florida to be a rep.
Yeah, please, come on. We trying to take over the East so we can move out West.
Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for tuning into Black Equity Talk. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what is your favorite part of this episode. Leave that in the comment section, and also check out the description box. You'll have all of the contact information for Rebellious Beauty, as well as the 216, what was it?
Business Beauty Rebel 216.
Business Beauty Rebel 216. Have a good evening, guys. Bye.